Yeah.
But if you are prescribing me, you are impeding on my freedom. That's called totalitarian, or it's called fascism.
Right.
So Cortez doesn't even know she's a fascist.
Okay.
Because in her mind, I will steal all your money and I will decide where it goes.
Right.
That's fascism. I
It's
will
true.
control the means of production. I will tell Amazon I will steal every cent of profit and give it to the government, and we will decide what to do with it. No.
Okay. Can I ask you a question? Can we give Cortez at least the fact that we believe that she's doing the best that she can? That like for that she's trying to make a positive change, but maybe
Yeah.
she's naive to the.
No, I don't think she's unintelligent. I'm saying she has grown up in a university environment that is feeding people this. If you go to a university today, all of them,
Yeah.
UBC, McGill in Montreal, Boston U, everybody's a leftist, and all these professors with unions and high salaries are teaching people only one side of the story. So Cortez in her mind looks at it's not fair that Bill Gates is rich and you're not. Not understanding that the only reason Bill Gates is rich is because he sold a product people wanted. She confuses does he need 90 billion with does he own 90 billion?
Right.
This is the problem. Of course, it's a ridiculous thing to own 90 billion, but the guy didn't steal damn shit. And if she was intellectually honest, she would go, where does the profit of Microsoft go? Into the pockets of hundreds of millions of stockholders. She sees the world at Mr. Burns. He steals all the money, he controls, and he's a despot. She doesn't understand that shareholders
Yep.
own Microsoft. Bill Gates only owns 20%.
And these people, yeah, they're demonized for having the money, whereas that's not the case for everybody.
And a lot of these people volunteer. See, again, for me, do I agree with 90 billion? It makes no sense. But the problem is, it's his. If he wants to give it back, that should be his decision, not the government's. This is a free society. Now, if she came up with a plan where she would say, listen, how do we make people more prosperous? It's by providing better opportunities. If she was saying union,
Yep.
better work conditions, $15 minimum wage, and stop there, she'd be right. My problem with her, it's like free housing, guaranteed federal government job,
Yep.
free health care, free this, and you go, lady, that's going to cost $65 trillion. And she goes, it doesn't matter. It's morally correct. That's her danger.
And it is morally correct that people should have shelter, but to the system as we have it right now doesn't allow for those things to happen.
If society on it,
So
if
it's
all
unrealistic.
people at Pentington decided they would build a big, gigantic hotel for every poor person. If the government was to say, we're going to put this together and we'll do a Patreon,
Right.
we'll do it and we'll film it from A to Z,
That's a good idea.
that would work. But to say the government should steal the money of all the, and the problem is, again, we talked about that.
Yeah.
$15 minimum wage is not for small companies, only for big ones. I don't care if you fuck Amazon in the ass.
Yeah.
But leave the small restaurant or the small hairdressers or the barbershop the fuck alone. Because they create a lot of jobs. So she doesn't see that distinction. Not because she's stupid, because in her mind it doesn't make sense, so she doesn't try to learn.
Right.
And to take a lady like that who has no experience and doesn't understand that and give her power. It's not the girl I beat, it's her position. A person like that with this much power should not have the right to sign up laws.
Fair enough.
Obama was the same. Obama decided we're going to start, or Bush, we're going to start a war in Afghanistan and go kill people over there. How come he has that power to decide that?
Don't know.
So on both sides it's wrong. The only thing is,
Yep.
my experience is on the right, usually conservatives make more sense. Because it's almost like conservatives are business owners and they see the reality.
Yep, it's true.
Whereas the left,
That's true.
they see it from the outside and they see the ideal and they never couch it in reality.
Yep, it's all based in intellectual guesses in a way, right?
But an idea, like I said, I knew a girl like that who was feeding her dog vegetarian food.
Okay.
You go, that's a fucking carnivore.
Yes.
You're denying the DNA of that animal because you want to be a vegan. Well, she refused to open her mind to the fact that biology is bigger than her. That's the left.
Yeah.
The right simply means I recognize there's an absolute of nature.
Okay.
That women don't need razors to shave their face because they don't have a beard. The left might go, they have a beard, but it's invisible. It's that kind of stupidity. You listen to a lot of the people on the left. It's the ideal.
But can we agree on the fact that that the liberals and the conservatives both have this two small or a fringe group each that are the ones that are stirring the pot?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The vocal one.
Yeah. So it's not everybody in between, right? Which is the majority.
But the common sense people, if you sit anybody down,
Yeah.
even your Mary Jane, if you were to say to her, listen, you believe in aliens and all that stuff, that's fine.
Yep.
But the problem is like I always repeat, unless you have evidence, there's no reason to modify. Like me, is there life in the universe? Maybe. Will I change my perception of reality? No.
Yep.
Because there is no impact of that absence of alien to impact my life. But if tomorrow morning...
That you know of.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is that it's not me that knows that. It's
right.
Science that knows that.
Well, if you put too much stock in science or the teachings that you've been taught, I don't know if that's smart.
You see, for me, why don't we believe in Santa Claus? Because we know he's not real. There's just, it's been proven that it's a fantasy, or unicorns, or talking cats, or all that shit. The problem with when you're too much open-minded, you go, no, dogs are talking. They speak Japanese, and you go, no, they don't. Yes, they do, at a different frequency. But that's verbiage. It's nonsense. I saw a wonderful thing yesterday on this lady saying how trees communicate in the forest.
Okay.
The root system and the exchange CO2, blah, 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 because it's a balance of... But this is just pure biology. She was careful enough not to attribute any consciousness to this. And that was a smart lady. But Deepak was going, no, this is proof that trees are talking and we're connected to Saturn.
I don't know if he says that. I actually don't think he would say something like that the trees are talking, but he would have some kind of ethereal take on it. That's for sure, yes.
That's where I stopped. The lady goes, carbon is exchanged, which makes a lot of sense. The forest, the trees all have a root system, and she proved that they can exchange carbon. That's where she stopped. She didn't go, oh, you see, that proves we can have telepathy. This is what a lot of the people, when you're too much open-minded, you go to the next level, you go, oh, if trees exchange carbon, or if mushrooms exchange sugars, that must mean we have telepathy. That's crazy.
We don't have telepathy?
That communication in trees must exist in humans, so we can speak with the tree if we access the right connection.
Wow. It seems like nonsense, but, it's possible.
Again, you have to follow me. This is exactly where I close the door. It's
not
that it's impossible. My mind goes until you can demonstrate that.
Right.
It's not true.
And neither is it important to you, for you personally. I get it. Yeah.
Because you're doing an extrapolation. So I'll give you another one. I saw another film where the guy was asking this. You love that guy. He's a scientist with a gentle voice there.
Scientist with a gentle voice.
He talks about the universe all the time.
Not David Attenborough?
Dark hair.
Oh, yeah, the tall guy. Yeah.
The lady asked him, is it possible that the moon has has an impact on our mood? And he went, no.
Right.
He goes, are you sure? He said, yeah. We did 1,000 measurements, electromagnetic radiation. What we do as human beings is something bad happens to me.
Yeah.
It's a full moon. The moon is responsible. That's called a confirmation bias.
Can you explain that one more time?
Confirmation bias is you're looking for an answer. The same as if you were to say right now, I'm thinking of Cooper.
Yes.
What is Cooper doing? And he calls.
Yeah.
You see, I just had a telepathy with my son. No.
Possible. That is possible, don't you think?
No, but if Cooper had said, Dad, I was sitting and I had this amazing vibration in my ear that said, call Dad, call Dad, call Dad, call Dad, and he calls you, maybe I'll believe it.
Right.
If it's just the
until then, it's coincidence, right?
It's coincidence, and human beings are very good at connecting the dots, even though there are no dots.
Right.
And that's what I keep saying. It's not about being stupid. It's about not understanding, like the Sasquatch. People want to believe there's a Sasquatch, but for me, I close the door until you show me evidence. It is much more likely that there's people inventing stories for money than there's a real gorilla that we never found. This is where I stop.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, it must exist because people say so. People are fraudulent. You have to understand the nasty nature. There's the Loch Ness Monster. There's a guy who did an estimate. He said Scotland has made $5 billion with that shit.
Right.
In t-shirts, mugs, lunch boxes, travel, boat tours, and it's all based on one fraudulent photo.
Yeah.
So this is the point, the capacity of humans
to be fraudulent.
Fraud,
yes.
As opposed to there's a magic universe that only a few of us have access to.
Well, we both agree that most people, not that they're bad people, but most people are fraudulent, left, right. Yes, okay.
But the fraudulent are the abusers, the participants of the people who buy the books.
Right.
And the participants, if they, like the Loch Ness Monster, I had this fight with a guy one time. He went, maybe there is. I go, maybe there's a big fish. I'm not denying the big fish.
Yeah.
I'm saying a dinosaur from 70 million years ago who lives alone in a lake that was seen one time in 1952 is not confirmation.
No.
So this is the problem. Or if you say, like dinosaurs are birds are dinosaurs. We've proven that. Because you look at the bone structure and the dinosaur fossils and the modern day birds are identical. So dinosaurs and birds have a common ancestor. This is undeniable.
Yep, it's a no-brainer.
If you were to say that birds are dinosaurs, then you're wrong.
That's right.
They're connected.
They're connected somehow through some kind of evolutional change or chain.
The same as a camel is probably closer to a horse than to a bear.
Yep.
To say a camel is a horse is not true. But if people, and you'll notice when people argue with you, I call that on the left, they never have any proof. Oh, you're a denier. Oh, you're a denier.
Denier of what?
I'm sure me and Mary Jane would have a lot of fun. Oh, you're closed-minded. No, I'm just saying I'm waiting for that extra icing on the cake because I'm worried. I don't care about the icing. You haven't given me any icing. You speculate that there's some, and you live in that zone. Me, I go, I can't join you because it's intellectually dishonest.
Fair enough. For you, though.
But then again, this is where I would...
Because couldn't it just be a matter of focus on some of these issues like spiritualities? I'm just leaving it, like, is there a possibility that you haven't spent enough time dedicated to really looking at it? Or like even wanting to look at it? Because you have to have the desire to look at it, and you just have to have the desire to, right?
The problem is it comes back to the old argument. What is spirituality?
Technically, it's a good question.
Is that people are looking for more than matter.
Right, they are.
The mind is not just a sum of neurons, that somewhere, somehow, there's untapped potential.
Yep.
I'll give you my best one, and I promise you I'm right.
but not untapped potential necessarily. As there's something beyond ourselves that's much more,
Maybe it's a
much more
skill.
important, or not important, but it's bigger than we think, and maybe we're connected to it in a very very real way
Let me
where
give
it.
you one that I
It's
promise
actually,
you is
yep,
100% correct and is the biggest myth on the planet. And this one, there's no debate, I win.
right.
We use 10% of our brain.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
bullshit.
Yeah,
It's complete nonsense.
I've
There's
heard it
thousands of
before.
MRIs have proven that. What they mean, the same as your house now. You have 50 electrical outlets. They're not all activated at the same time.
Right.
It doesn't mean they don't work. This is how we use our brain 10% at a time because you can't overload it. But to think, and this is where Mary Jane would step in and say, no, if we could access that big lump of neurocortex, we'd be able to fly.
Yeah, and that's,
That is stupid. The
well, all right.
neocortex is not this
I don't know.
magical supercomputer that's waiting for the aliens to give us the frequency numbers.
But do you believe that that we can make stronger connections in our brain with our with the neural connections if we eat properly,
For
if
sure.
we're
But you're not going to, in other words, if you eat properly, you have proper oxygen, you
okay,
sleep better. Sleep better means you're more alert. More alert, you can do more stuff. Go to the gym, more oxygen, all of these things.
and maybe other things open up as well.
Sure, but there's even Steve O yesterday said that.
All right, yeah, hey, I'm following him right now.
It was a very interesting way
I don't know
he
why.
said it because he used a lot of drugs, this guy. He said
Okay, yep,
hallucination, there's two sources of hallucination.
right,
Jordan Peterson would say it's manipulation of the neuron. He went, what if drugs, because we've proven that the brain has different frequencies like alpha waves and beta waves and all that crap.
right,
What if mushrooms or LSD is like a radio? That's my example. It's like a radio frequency. And because of the LSD, you can tune into it better.
right,
And suddenly, what is a hallucination is not a manifestation of your mind, which is what I think, but it could be access to a parallel universe where there is this, and the only reason we don't see these things
right,
is because we're not vibrating at the right frequency in LSD, or maybe more mushrooms and
right.
DMT.
I've heard this.
You vibrate,
Yep.
so suddenly you have access. This is the next file episode, by the way.
But it's possible.
It's possible because this is where I would say, okay, because quantum physics has taught us a lot of spooky shit.
Yep.
And multiverse and the membrane and the 11 dimensions and all that shit mathematically stand. So I would say to Steve-O, I don't know. What I hate is when people say, I'm convinced. It's 100%
fair.
sure.
That's fair.
That's the danger. The most honest thing you can say is, I don't know.
It is.
But to say that cannabis, we all know what cannabis does. It
Yeah.
makes neural connections, makes you more sensitive, makes you more attentive.
Right.
You listen to music better, you taste better, sex is better, ideas are clearer, you're more calm. This is a different frequency.
Yep.
It's enough for me to say this is a biological phenomenon than to right away Mary Jane it and to say, that's a connection to a parallel universe in our creator. I go, no, I don't need this.
No.
It's enough
Okay.
for me to go, how do I behave with alcohol? I won't drive because I understand the danger. How do I behave with whatever, mushrooms? I won't drive because it poses a danger.
Right.
That's how you modify your behavior.
Right.
To say this, no, if you focus, there's an old joke. The only reason people get accidents when they drink and drive is they haven't learned to drive drunk. So if you drive 100 times drunk,
Yeah.
you'll learn your distances and you won't get. That's insane.
I told you my dad was the best drunk driver, eh?
But
Ever.
the whole generation of people would probably believe that.
That's what they all said about themselves. Yeah.
I'm fine, but technically it's been proven that your reflexes are slower.
Horrible decision making.
But if you convince yourself of all that, this is why I say until you have proof, you shouldn't make any major decisions.
And you shouldn't make any truth statements,
Yes.
right?
But if you want to live in that world of Mary Jane where there are
Well,
crystals that have energy, why not? You're not hurting anyone. But to give me a crystal for Christmas and say this will bring you good luck, now
right,
I'll start looking for good luck and I'll blame it on the crystal.
right. If you don't get the good luck, then it's the crystal's fault.
It's confirmation bias. You're looking for the answer
Yep,
anywhere.
yep.
Oh my God, Cooper just called me. It must be telepathy. I'm fine. No, it's a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
If you can throw,
Possible.
try it now.
Hey, wait, but here's where you lose me just a little. Is the fact that it is a real possibility to be connected somewhat energetically because science has told us that we are energy, right, and all energy is connected, right? So maybe there's a possibility that you can actually communicate on a different. Pardon me?
I'm not even try it right now for 30 seconds. Close your mind and say, Cooper, call me. Cooper, call me. Cooper, call me. Call me.
Okay, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Every emotion you
Keep
have,
talking.
Call me for
I
1
will.
minute. If he calls you, I'll believe you guys.
Okay. I don't have my phone next to me, but I'll give it a minute.
I received an amazing thing from
Because you need proof.
Do it.
All right. Is it possible that these things can't be proven by telling somebody that it really has to be experienced by the experiencer?
But for me, it would be like specific. Hey, your feet are cold. Call
right.
me. Your feet are cold. And he goes, Dad, my feet are cold, and you ask me to call you. Then it's spooky.
Oh, then we're on to. Well, hey, talk about spooky. What about that story you told me about your dad?
Yeah. See, this is why for me, in a way, my only trouble with that is I was a kid.
Right.
So what do I remember the essentials, which didn't make any sense to me.
Right. And they seemed like they were ill intent.
But then again, you see what I do with that information instead of saying, "Oh, my father," I go, "No."
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you waste all this energy of creation of an identity, an avatar, just to go open a fucking door?
Right.
This is my problem. Because imagine if you died and you had one chance to come back to life and give a message to your family. It wouldn't be a stupid thing like opening a door. You would give them something much more valuable.
Yeah, right. It doesn't make a lot of sense that something good, if there's a God, would do something like that because there's not enough information.
And the value of what was given. If you had said,
well, you were scared, so that's not value, right?
I'm your father. I came back to life. I'll open your damn door.
But could this just be a negative energy of some sort? Like maybe some people would say that's a demonic kind of experience, or like that's a negative spiritual experience, or blah, blah, blah.
But then again, wouldn't the ghosts come in and scare the hell out of you during the night?
Well, ghosts sometimes do, sometimes don't, right? I've heard stories where there were good ghosts and it never interfered with anybody's life, but the inhabitants knew that it existed in their house. And then I heard other stories, even from my ex-wife and my sister, actually, who experienced ghosts in another house, and it scared the shit out of them when they were babysitting this dog. So it's... There's a yin and the yang, or there's a good and the bad somewhere.
Yeah, but there's a responsibility from the individual to eliminate every possible answer first.
Right.
And whatever is left, and you can go, shit, like me, this guy, I can say, okay. In all honesty, I can say it's probably an outwardly being. Because there's no logic anywhere. It's beyond. It's not like you're sitting at a restaurant and you say, hey, you remind me of someone, and they engage you. I've had that 100 times in my life. People engage me because they think I'm someone else.
Right, because you look like somebody else, that's what you think it is? Or is it because they sense something about you that's the same?
It's a matter of appearance, because it was never, hey man, I know you, and they describe you and all that, like the same what they do with identical twins. They've been separated at birth and they marry the same people.
Yeah.
And they end up having the same, that's pure genetic. That's not even spooky.
Maybe you're a clone.
But that's the thing. But the damn thing is, for me, that guy who opened the door,
Yeah.
this is my only, this will stay forever as the most puzzling event.
Would you say it was the most scary event of your life as a kid?
Yeah, it wasn't fear, maybe like the word confusion.
Okay, confusion's different than fear then.
A profound confusion to go, what this thing did.
Did it mean anything to your mom when it happened?
Say that again?
Did it mean anything to your mom when it happened? Like the action of opening the door.
The same reaction, fear.
Oh, she was in fear too.
Yeah.
Like okay, so, and then that action of opening the door, and what did he say?
He was talking about things. Well, first of all, the one thing, the real, for me, the crux of the story is the door, but it's mainly you park at Starbucks, and then the lady comes out of the restaurant to say, "Can I take your order?"
Right.
It's the impossibility of this behavior, number one.
Okay, well, that's a nature of a dream, though, is to be.
No, but number one is the second one is the engagement.
All right. Yep.
The words that were used, the confusion, the little bit of that spiritual woo woo, and then this confidence, and of course the door works. This is what was scary. If the guy had crouched down, grabbed a torch, and tinkered with it for a half hour, and he goes, "Oh, I heard the spring," and he opened it, nobody would have said shit. But it was that confidence, that magical, that's the only word you have is magical certainty. Of course the door's going to open. Because of me.
Right.
This was the scary part, where it's almost like if the guy started levitating.
So it's a miracle.
If you want to use like religious words, it would be something like that.
I don't know. Religious, that's the only word I have for it.
No, miracle makes sense. It's the same as if the guy started to levitate.
Yeah.
And then goes, and he flew out into the sky. And
yeah.
You go, there's an impossibility here. And it was not done by a scientist. It was done by some guy casually saying, "Of course I can fly." This is, for me, the only confusing engagement, is why was that person so confident?
Because to you it served no purpose, right? But maybe it possibly might point you in a different direction, so that
this is my point. If the guy had gone, "Hey, you little kid,"
yep,
you have to become a whatever dentist.
Yeah, it'd be much clearer and easier to follow through on.
Trust me, I'm the crazy guy who.
But what if it's just a matter of, hey, I exist, and that's it, and there's no real reason other than that?
But that's my point, is why do that?
I don't know.
Because I believe in purpose. People act with a purpose.
Do you believe that it was ill intent on this apparition's part?
For me, again, this is always the same question, would be, why did you bother?
It was more like, are you an idiot because you don't have any information for me, so that...
No, it was just like, this thing is controlling a person's environment.
Right.
Seizing it. Having control of the entire dialogue. Knowing what's about to happen. Deciding to do it in a specific way, and then taking off. This is my anger.
Right. Watch the mic.
There was no intent other than, "Ha! See how good I am?" Instead of saying, "You are the message." It was almost like, be impressed, but the confidence was Jack Nicholson.
It was almost like it was showing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know Jack
Arrogant.
Nicholson's face?
That's why I think it's it has like some malevolence to it.
A hubris of, not mean, but like overly confident. Only Jack Nicholson has that face.
Yeah.
It's not even charm. It's like, he's going to shoot me or what? There's that weirdness with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, The Shining was a good movie for him.
But not even when you played that general there in
yeah, you can't handle the truth.
And before that, it was like, "I want a paper. You have to extend me some courtesy. You have to extend me. He never goes angry. He goes, do you believe I can help you? Then you fucking out. You have to extend me some fucking courtesy. Believe me, right? That
Yeah.
he's fucking with you. This is exactly the tone.
Yeah.
Guy walks in, big smile, little eyes, hair brushed back, religion. That door? That door? No. I know this. Hey, Jimmy, bring me my tools. I know that stupid model, there's a spring in there.
Yeah.
These guys, they don't know shit. Boop. Hey, fuck, that's cool. No, I was like, that fucking fuck. That Jack Nicholson.
Oh man, I don't know why. What's the purpose? Yes, and did it really even happen? Was that like just a memory that is formed and solidified over time? You know,
but for me,
like a lot of people do that, right?
I can see the.
You don't. I don't think you do that very often, but that I'm just.
The guy wasn't fat. He was a skinny guy.
Okay.
He was wearing a dirty jumpsuit, a dark skin.
So,
Jack Nicholson, that hair.
Right.
Tall, but not 7 feet, maybe 6. You're a little kid. Everybody's tall, but he wasn't out of the ordinary.
Right.
50, 60 years old. Burned like a farmer.
And nothing. It did not look like your father, but had knowledge that your father
grabbed a woman like this.
Right.
Moralizing. Why don't you believe in these things anymore? So instead of saying.
Is that something that your father would have said?
No.
Okay, so that's not him.
No.
On another.
And again, that entity bothered to manipulate time and space.
You're right.
Create a biological living being instead of saying, don't be afraid. I'm an avatar. You believe in God. I'm an angel. Your husband, your mother are not dead. They're really there. I have special powers.
That would have been nice.
Open your fucking door. No.
That would have been nice.
Confusion. No message. And then you go back to the garage. Where's your guy? Nobody like this works here. And you go, fucking shit. What is this bullshit? Why would you do that to children to scare them? She didn't eat for 2 days. And every day on the phone all night, and the grandmother was, of course that's your dad, because she was.
My mom would say that's an evil spirit.
But there was no
Mary
ill
Jane.
intent.
Mary Jane may, but there was no ill intent, right?
There was no ill intent.
But she would say that.
I'm here to rescue.
She would say it's a demon and it's not good.
I'm here to rescue.
Mary Jane would say something else.
And in between that, I have a small message that you're not religious enough.
Yeah.
What the fuck, religious? Or you don't believe. You've lost your faith. What faith?
Right.
Faith in what? If he had gone, death is not an absolute. There is no death. The Buddhists were right. Blah, blah, blah. Then you go, at least there's a message of hope. No. It's confusion. Go with that and try to figure it out. No, that's not what you do. Especially not with children. And if you have the superiority,
especially with children.
And again,
if
you can manipulate time, space.
Yeah.
And you waste your time like that, it's nasty.
Yep.
It's immature. It's childish. It's manipulative.
Wherever it comes from, it serves no fucking purpose.
And this is why. If this guy had gone, I'm your dad, be a dentist, I'd be a dentist.
It only came to confuse. Interesting.
But opening the door was impossible.
Yep.
Again, if he had crouched down with a screwdriver, I would have gone, okay, my uncles don't know shit. They're not mechanics. This guy's seen this. He's an old guy. No. It was like, of course it works. Of course it works. Hey, you'll never have a problem with that door again. Bye.
That's fucking creepy.
Bye.
Yeah.
Then you go, where's your mechanic? Can I talk to him? Hi, lady. I'm a comedian. I'm an actor. No, you're not an actor. You did this. You're not an actor. You park your car. You get out of your car. This guy is here. The garage is at the pot shop there.
Yeah.
The fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
Coming in, This is like
something up.
This is stuff of legends. And here's my freaking thing. When I was at the goddamn beach, I went, ah! I was screaming. Come, give me round 2. You want to fuck with me? Now is the time.
Yeah.
Come. Never showed up.
Nope.
Never appeared in a dream. Never showed up. And
why would that be?
This would be cool. Me, I wouldn't be afraid. I promise you, if Shatner or Spock was to go, I'd go, fuck, Spock.
Yeah.
There are aliens.
Fantastic. Can I come on the ship?
Are you going to kill me? No. I'm here to study you. No worries. You want some coffee? Me, it'd be like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't care about aliens. But to come and fuck with somebody like that, because I've had a few people who told me that. Why do so many people recognize you?
Right.
It's not even like, it's up. Come on. Oh, shit. Wow, man. Like, people freak, and that girl who was crying almost in the...
You know that dream I told you before. I don't know if you remember. It was a while back, but it was of that figure that would come to the foot of my bed every night.
But
every
that's
night.
Been seen a million times.
And hold on
that's
here, but I would be awake, right? So it paralyzed me, right? Most of the time, or I'd see it in my dreams. And there was another little demon kind of little creature, whatever it was. It would scurry across the floor and scare. That one scared the shit out of me.
This is probably an evil spirit.
And when okay, so my point is the fact that these things I know I experienced in a very, very real way. It confirms to me that there's something other than us. Now, for a large part of my life, I always thought that, well, why would you just do that? Like, if you want to convince me of the existence of God, why not
touch?
What's that?
Touch me.
Well, yeah, touch me. Yeah, touch me too,
Speak.
Or convince me that there's another. But let me see the other side, right? I want to see the other side because I only saw that one side for so long. But it did convince me of the fact that there was something other to counter it because it just makes sense. There's a good and a bad somewhere.
And again, I'm an evil spirit. I'll go fuck with you tonight.
No, well, but this is the thing. This happens, and I think that they or whatever it is has influence on us somewhat. So
not enough for me.
I'm just thinking, enough. But it makes sense logically in my head.
But then again, the door.
Yeah.
Prove it to me first.
Yeah, I know.
Because my shit with these asshole fucking spirits is they're never clear. They're never verifiable. There's never any witnesses. So you go, maybe it's a trick of the mind. You were half asleep.
Yeah.
You're not sure. Blah, blah, blah.
A false creation. There's a Shakespeare thing.
But then, come on now. Knock on the door, you fucking guy. Come on, Jack Nicholson, come.
Yeah.
Come, sit. What the fuck do you want? What do you want? What's the purpose? Nobody acts without purpose. Animals have purpose. Everything is a matter of purpose. You want to fuck with me? Fuck with me for a reason. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's profoundly irresponsible. And if you have that, if I had the capacity to have telekinesis and move shit around, you go on TV and say, look. Boom,
but doesn't it translate, at least in your mind, that there is something spiritually negative out there? Okay, at least, or not negative, something that's creating mischief, at least in your mind. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Again, I would go, why not? But again, that little monster, this is cultural. A lot of people associate that with sleep paralysis and a common fear.
Yeah.
That they come on top of you, and it's in every Japanese have that. There's tons of culture who've seen that little monster.
And I didn't know.
Next time.
Yes. Well, and that's what I did, eh? In one dream, I
grab the shit.
Yeah, sure. Well, and you're on camera right now. You know that, right?
It's live.
It is live. No, it's not live. It's not live. But
fuck you.
It's going.
That's why a guy in Quebec was.
Anyways, let me finish my thought. in that dream, I was in my old apartment. I think I told you this. I was in my old apartment on the second floor, and it was in Ontario. Not that makes any difference, but it was an apartment building. It was a 20-story apartment building. We lived on the second floor. So I come up the staircase in this dream. Pardon me?
My brother's got a couple like that too.
So I came up the stairs in this dream, and I went into the main hallway, and I skipped our unit and went into the next unit that was adjacent to it. This is how I remember the dream. Now I opened the door, went in, shut it behind me, and the room was pitch dark. And I somehow grabbed a knife from the back of me. So I had a knife in my hand. When this thing came in the door, I came around and stabbed. It came around the back of it and stabbed it in the heart. And then I woke up, and I never had to dream the actual vision ever since. So I don't know why, but that did actually happen.
There is a psychological explanation for this. You just killed the demon, the fear, and insecurity, a religious affiliation. You killed something in your life. Like me, I've had, like when you're being chased or something, it could just be remorse. There's all sorts of shit that are interpreted in your mind.
It all does. It all comes from the mind. It all. This is what I know. I think I know. But it is a man. It's a function of the mind. That's where these thoughts, these apparitions, they come from. Not that it doesn't make them real, but it is in the mind, right? Because
dogs.
But it would seem that it's in collectively all our minds, right?
Because we're the same species.
Yeah.
We have the same experience. Look at that YouTube video. This one is pretty freaky too.
Yeah.
Dog. And they go and they put their face in the
dogs
door.
Are super sensitive to it.
They scream at the door.
Oh yeah.
Or they look up and they start barking at something. The guy says, "There's nobody here."
Yeah.
Maybe they tune out into this. It's not about there's no ghost or there is a ghost. My problem is again, where are you? You motherfucker. Where are you? You're not there.
Yeah.
You're just floating around in uncertainty. It's almost like playing hide and seek, and he's always there, and I'm sitting there and go, and he's hiding.
Yeah.
Fuck, grow up, you stupid bitch. Come out and say, hey. And then this floats. You see, it's just a matter of manipulating your mind.
Yeah.
If you just tune out, make it go up, make it go down, and you go shit. You just define gravity. Yeah, because then you go, okay, that's fine. But some guy who would go and, you see, like my mother, I do this, I go, oh, does it go? Oh, easy to manipulate a lot of people, because that's all they need.
It is.
That's all they want.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's this? And a lot of people, again, confirmation bias, you're looking for a problem.
But is it always that, though? Is it always that?
Again.
Is there any, yeah, I know.
You need proof, otherwise it becomes, can you talk to this? Yes, you can. How do you talk to this? You ingest it.
But isn't it?
The vitamins go in.
Yes.
Might have an impact in stimulating, because this is a very powerful food. Might stimulate your immune system, and you have a stronger dream. The garlic just talked to you. But to impose and say, the garlic speaking Chinese, I'll get an interpreter, that's crazy.
We got to go with what we got, right? We got to go with our minds, okay? And as corrupt as they are, or like if you think of it that way, I know you don't maybe think of it that way, and that's fine. But as corrupt as they are, or as good as they are, this is all we have. So everything kind of really it lives in our minds, and everything we create is a creation of our minds.
That lady is a TED conference, and the genius of her is that she was completely scientific in saying, yes, trees talk, but they don't talk.
Right, they communicate. They communicate.
Mushroom, you've seen the mushroom guy with Joe Rogan?
Frick, mushrooms are amazing.
Mushrooms create this, but it's not an intelligence, and all these spirals and fractals it's not. It doesn't have to be an intelligent. It's based on the forces we have. We spin.
Yeah.
There's gravity. There's the atoms, and all of this form a circle. So everything is a circle, circle, circle. Why do trees always look like this? It's not intelligence. It's that trees have learned. The bigger the ball, the more you extend, the more you suck up sun rays. Because if the tree was thin like this, it wouldn't survive. So why do branches go out? Because you need space in between the leaves to connect with as much sun rays.
Well,
So
for certain climates and whatever you're in, because there's some tall trees that are like
but
bamboo.
they're still going to extend. Yeah, but bamboo might be another type, like mushrooms. But every species of trees,
Yeah.
anywhere, it's always a ball.
There's a
Because
there's a design to life. Is
I
what
was
you're saying.
in, where was I? I think I was in Seattle and I was fucked out of my mind because the weed was too strong.
Okay.
It was 30% and I vaped like 10 bags.
I don't know what that means, but I've seen the bags.
A bag is like your liquid there is now, it's crazy shit. It's about, this is
crazy shit. You think that's crazy shit? Okay.
A teaspoon of this is like maybe 2-3 bags. Or a bong rib.
Oh, man, that seems labor intensive. I wouldn't want
It's
to
a
do
lot
that.
of work.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm sitting there and it was pure blue sky, 12 o'clock. And I was in the chair.
Yeah.
And I observed the trees. And it's absolutely true that the leaves do this.
And they do this?
Yeah, they move around. But for me, the thing, I was spotting 3 or 4. And they were like this. And around noon, they went like this. And around 1, they went like this. And for me, of course, you project because you're fucked.
Right.
You go, look, he's opening his arms to the sky.
Okay.
It felt like that in your cannabis-induced shit. But instead of lending it intelligence, you go, it's the most optimal way of grabbing sun rays.
I've been using that word a lot. Optimal.
Those who were small
Yes.
didn't survive.
Yes.
Those who were big passed on their genes, so that becomes the new model. So this is because it's so enforced. Women and men, you look at a girl has to use tampons because there's blood coming out of her pussy. And you're a guy and you go, that's a fucked up thing. But this is pure biology.
It is.
How come 99.9% of women are fertile?
I don't know.
Or men, because the world wants you to make babies.
Oh, there you go.
You have to be fertile. So how come every girl at 14, tits, hips, skin, and every guy, muscle, beard, blah, blah, blah. Why? Because it's a model that works. It's just that. It's an optimization.
Do you believe that at some point in the human development, getting too big, too strong, too anything is...
They are the proof.
What? Who?
Your kids. And they're
Yeah.
normal kids. Why are they so big?
Yeah, exactly. And it's gone. My
kid.
dad was
Yeah,
shorter. My dad was shorter than
I'm
you.
5'8" or something, which
Yeah.
is some in the middle of short and average.
And I'm 6'1", and my dad was shorter than you, and my kid is going to be 6'4".
Yeah, but I meant that also, but I went to that school, the Lakers, one time I walked.
Okay.
Every fucking kid is 6'2".
Oh, really?
These girls are all 5'8".
Yeah, it wasn't not like that when
Five-
I was young.
They have more protein, they have better food, they
Yeah.
have better vitamins, so you're optimizing the human species.
Is it a hormone thing, though? Is it a hormone thing because like the
They're
food?
thinking about that too, but if you went 500 years ago,
Yeah.
the average height was 5'5" for a guy.
Right. Yeah, in like 1940s, 50s.
And now it's this. And if you go, there's a guy in Papua New Guinea who did that. He went, these guys eat this, these guys eat this, and there's a foot difference.
It could be because of diet, the amount of meat that we've consumed,
But
and,
it's
and,
also-
and is it right? Because
There's hormones in chickens. And
does
all
it
that.
affect our environment by being so dependent on this meat that we eat, like beef and
Maybe.
chicken and all that kind of shit, right?
But if people are getting bigger and stronger, it's not a negative thing that necessarily.
But it's a negative thing in our environment.
Yeah.
Could
Oh, for
right?
sure.
So that there's a moment in time where you got to say, okay, we're moving too fast in this category because our environment is changing so
Oh, for
badly.
sure.
Right?
But that
So
would be another debate. But
Yeah.
for me, if your question was, are there
it'd be
gonna
good to
have
talk about. I would love to
girls
talk
6'3" average? Maybe. Maybe the
Well-
average height of Canadian girls in 50 years will be 6 feet tall.
My good friend in town
Average.
has a girl that's she's about 6'2", beautiful girl.
And she looks
6'2".
good. She's not fucked
amazing.
up. Though.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
what's weird. They're big, but they're healthy big.
Oh, thanks, man.
Because in my school, the guys who were 6'3", 6'4" was like 10%.
Yeah.
Now it's almost the average.
It is.
Because of all this protein shit. Now, so the
Protein, hormones, though, too, combination, because I think it's, I don't know, man. I don't know.
But you can throw it anywhere you want and be lazy. Oh, you see, that's God's plan. That's why religious people, for me, it's a nice comfort.
Yeah.
It's written in the scripture that a blonde demon will come in. Oh, that's Trump.
Right.
Oh, that's too easy, man. First of all, he's not a demon. He's just some guy.
Yeah, you got to give the guy a little slack here. He is just a guy, and he's representative of a large population.
He might be an idiot on his words, but then
Yeah.
why is he pulling out of Syria? Because he made a promise. We'll go that far, then we'll retreat. If we need to go back, we'll go back. My job is not to waste taxpayers and go like Obama. Send anybody I don't know, I don't care.
Right.
Obama went to the fucking thing in Morocco and said, Salam alaikum. You're not supposed to do that when you're a president. Say, good evening. I'm an American. I'm not here kissing Morocco's ass.
Right.
I'm representing the U. Obama, there's a famous picture. He's in front of the Prime Minister of Japan like this. You think Trump's going to bow to this guy?
No.
Because Trump would go, respect is, I might go bow, shake hands, but I'm not going to bow to you.
But you would agree that he pretty much bowed to Putin. No?
That's enough. I don't want to get into this one. 'Cause I don't believe it.
You don't believe that he bowed to Putin? Okay, he just seemed weak?
No, because...
He seemed weak at that one...
Okay, this is Trump. Maybe Putin had some sway on him when he was a real estate guy, because Putin was a... But now Trump goes, hey man, I'm the fucking president now.
Yeah, and
Fuck you.
maybe he did that, yeah.
You see
maybe.
a lot of actions against Putin.
Because he is a superpower, and in regards to military size, there's no, and that's all people value, or a lot of people value, right?
Putin,
Not
this
people.
is Trump.
Some people.
He did this. Because he goes, because we don't, I'm just starting to understand. If you look at the real Constitution and you look at the power of the president, the guy is God. He can, through executive order,
I know.
we're going to go bomb Switzerland tomorrow.
I didn't know the fucking president had that much power.
It's amazing the power they have where they can execute. You can't put him in jail. There's a million conditions that make the president a lot more powerful than we think he is.
And that's
he's
why
a puppet to Walmart. Are you fucking stupid? Walmart can't. Trump or Bush or George Washington or even Trudeau, these fucking guys have the keys to the planet, especially Trump. Do you think Walmart's going to sway him? That's why he kept... You have to see him differently. Stop with the rhetoric. The guy went, fuck the establishment. Fuck Walmart. Fuck Lockheed.
Which is equally as shitty, though.
No, but in a way he went, I'm not for sale.
They could be misinterpreted.
Like McCain. I'm not for sale like Hillary.
Fair. I can give him that. I'll give him that.
You're giving me the keys to the world.
Because that's a very real
And I'm
possibility.
going to kiss the ass of George Bezos?
Yeah.
No. Putin can fuck with me. Ching from China. Looks all nice, huh?
Oh, I gotta go. My mom's calling. Sorry.